And there we go. Good morning, everybody. Music down. Oh, there it is, over here. All right. Good morning. Hey, listen, today we're going to have a little bit of a conversation. My question for you right now is, are you reasonable? What does it mean to have reason? When somebody says you're being, that's a reasonable solution. That's a reasonable request, or that's an unreasonable request. That's an unreasonable solution. My question to you is, are you reasonable? Right? So the big reason around that, the big reason around why I ask you that is, if you're reasonable, what does it mean? You know right from wrong and good from bad and up from down. So then the question begs, if you're reasonable, and I believe you are, if you're reasonable, why do you struggle with your own success? Why do you find it difficult to create your own solutions to help you get out of your own identity? What is the betrayal of reasonableness that is causing you to create problems? Right? That's my question to you today, is what is this idea, this idea of you staying stuck, of you betraying your own success? Does that make sense? So that's kind of what we're going to touch on here this morning. Have you ever known exactly what to do and still didn't do it? I don't know about you. I know I have. Why is it that we know? Question for you. Why is it that we know that we're meant for more, yet we act like it's somebody else's job? Let me say that again. Whose job, let me ask it a different way. Whose job is it for you to become successful? And if you're like most reasonable people, you would say me. It's my own personal responsibility, my ability to respond. So if you've ever known exactly what to do and still didn't do it, or why is it that we know we're meant for more, yet we keep acting like it's somebody else's job to do it? This is the idea of we've become too reasonable. We've used our gift of reason, we've used our gift of awareness to become too reasonable. Here's the big part, and it's costing us everything. We've used our gift of reason, understanding right from wrong, good from bad, what would serve us and what would hinder us. And we've become too reasonable. And you know what? It's costing us everything. It's called cognitive dissonance, knowing what's right, but doing what's comfortable. This is the psychology of betrayal. Knowing what's right, yet doing what's comfortable. That's where I would use a but. Knowing what's right, but doing what's comfortable. See, this creates internal stress, the self-betrayal, which we numb with productivity. This internal stress, we numb with productivity. We numb it with scrolling. This cognitive dissonance of what we know is right, yet do what's comfortable. And that internal stress, we numb it by overthinking. We numb it by scrolling. We numb it by avoiding it. See, that's a reasonable solution if you want to stay poor, if you want to stay stuck. See, the brain's bias towards familiarity. The brain does what's familiar. Yes. Yes. It's why you can drive home and on a path and not know you drove home, forgot you drove home. Why you can't remember somebody's phone number, but you go to the keypad and you start dialing it and you know it. The brain favors familiarity. It has a bias towards it. Kind of like you might have a bias towards your own family. If you were going to have to give money to somebody, you may want to give it to your friends or family before you gave it to a complete stranger. Maybe not. But there's a bias, and the brain has this bias. The brain prefers known comfort. Listen carefully. You may want to write this down, put it on a t-shirt. The brain prefers known discomfort over unknown success. The brain prefers known discomfort over unknown success. Why? It's the way the brain's wired. It's why we are required to think. We're required to think, to activate our brain so that we can become more successful. We have to think. So listen to this. Here's the brain's bias towards familiarity. Anything familiar, wealth, impact, visibility, anything unfamiliar, right? The brain prefers known discomfort, that's familiar, over unknown success. Anything unfamiliar, you know what's unfamiliar in most people's lives? I don't know about yours. I know in mine. You know what's unfamiliar? Extraordinary wealth. I mean, extraordinary wealth. Well, because once you become wealthy, you want more wealthy. Whatever level of wealth you're sitting at right now, I can promise you, you want more. You may be dealing with stressful situations around money. You want more. You may have some money. You may be comfortable. You want some more. Anything unfamiliar, wealth, impact, visibility, isn't something that makes us uncomfortable. Write this down. Anything unfamiliar is a danger zone in the brain. In the brain, it's a danger zone. So we know what's right. We keep doing what's comfortable. We create internal stress. This knowing I should be doing that. I should be talking to more people. I should be posting more. I should be prompting more. I should be fill in the blank. You know what your more is. So that creates internal stress, creates anxiety, creates pressure, creates an angst. So we numb it like an alcoholic or an addict of any nature. Our addiction is to numb our internal stress, and we numb it with scrolling, with being busy, with overthinking, so we don't have to feel that stress. And the brain prefers known discomfort over unknown success. And anything unfamiliar, like wealth or impact or fame or visibility, is a danger response, equals a danger response. Can you imagine that your brain has been wired, and it's being more and more wired every day with the social media that we have, that anything that you do that's powerful, positive, or creative beyond who you currently are, your internal dialogue creates a danger response. So you avoid it. You lose your reasonableness. Is it reasonable for you to be at the level of income you currently are at? Is it reasonable? Is that a reasonable amount of income? Is that a reasonable amount of success that you think you deserve? I can pretty much guarantee if you circle in my world, your answer is going to be no, this is not reasonable. This is unreasonable. Then why are you here? Why are you in this position? Because you've been reasonable with pain and suffering. You've allowed them to have space and take up place so that you don't have to do the work. You've reasoned, this is who I am. I think it's time to change that. Here's the logical justification loops that take place. We talk ourselves out of action. Autosuggestion, self-talk, brain talk. It's not the right time. I need a little more time. I don't really have the money. I'll do it when I feel more ready. I'll do it when I understand more. Let me just get one thing figured out first. How many of you have ever said that? Or how many of you have ever had that said to you? Let me just get one thing figured out first. That's the logical justification loop. How's that working? I don't know that that works so much. These are intelligent people who say things like this. Listen to using intelligence to avoid alignment. These are things intelligent people say, using their intelligence to avoid alignment with their dreams. This ends when you build your DMP, your true DMP. So what is the conflict? What's the conflict that we experience? What is the conflict that we issue to ourselves? Well, the old story, right? I'm the one who almost makes it. You ever know anybody who says that? I'm the support role, not the leader. I'm the one who works hard. I'm the one who works hard, yet doesn't shine. See, these are stories we tell. These are identity. Well, no, that's not who I am. I can promise you, you are exactly right now in this moment. You are exactly what you think about. Are you happy? Or are you sad? Who controls that right now? Is there sadness in the world and you're happy? Why aren't you sad if there's stuff in the world? Because you made a decision. Is there happiness in the world and you're sad? You've decided that. Doesn't matter what you see. The environment is not who makes you up. It's your story that makes you up. And you can look at the environment at any time and find good or bad. So here's the new belief that feels like it's lying, right? How many of us have ever had a belief where we say it and we write down our big why and our big dream, and we don't quite believe it? I'm here to build something massive. I'm here to create $1 million. I'm here to build a global business. This triggers shame if you've never followed through. Shame, we've done days and hours, and I've done training on shame. Shame is what's keeping you stuck. Not them shaming you, not somebody else shaming you, the story you have around your own shame. I'm here to build something massive. That statement, without belief, without desire, without an action plan, without a price you're going to pay, without an understanding of your old story, without a reality of your reason, you trigger shame, and shame keeps you stuck. Because you know what? You got proof. You got proof that you've said statements like this before and never followed through. So you read a book, you buy a book, you buy a program, you come to a DMP training, and you say, I'm going to change it. I believe it. Would you say, was it possible? Would you believe that identity shift, saying you're somebody different, saying you're going to become somebody new, somebody stronger, somebody more wealthy, somebody with more income, somebody with a bigger team, is that a different, listen carefully, is that a different identity? So that would be an identity shift. And in psychology, any identity shift creates resistance. Why? Because the old self fears death. See, when you hear it like this, when you say it like this, it's really not that, it's not that out of the box thinking. It's not crazy thinking. To think that if you're going to become wealthier, if you're going to create a bigger business, if you're going to create more income, if you're going to build a bigger team, if you're going to get a raise at your job, if you're going to get an increase in pay, that is, if you're going to move, if you're going to buy a new car, if you're going to get new clothes, that is an identity shift. And any identity shift, the old self fears death. How strong do you become if all of a sudden you were put in a life or death situation? What ruthlessness would you use to get out of a life and death situation? What unbelievable internal strength would you be able to manifest in those moments of life and death situation? We hear about moms lifting cars off their kids and people experiencing tremendous tragedy and trauma in a car wreck and yet walking away. See, when you are in a life and death situation, you will do anything to live. You want to know what's really insane? Your old story is stronger at life than you are at death of it. Your old story from when you were a kid and your mom did this or your dad did that, or when your cousin did this, that story is so strong in your life and in your light right now. It can't die. You want it to, you got to let it go. You want to let it go, yet you can't. Here's the visibility. The visibility that you're about to step into to become rich, to become healthier, to become skinnier, to become younger looking, to do stuff to your body, to take care of yourself, to become richer, to buy a new car, to buy a new house, to not be in debt. Visibility, write this down, visibility equals risk. That's why you can make big decisions when you're around other people who are going to take risks. But tell me, how many times have you been to an event? How many times have you been to a national convention, a global convention, this epic 3-day, 4-day, absolutely knock your socks off kind of training? Unbelievable, beyond imagination. You expanded your mind to such huge capabilities and capacities. You're like, this is it. I'm done. You got locked in. And when you got back to the place to where you are alone, to where you are in your own space, to the environment that knows you and that you know the environment, anything you were about to do to change, to adjust, to grow, put you in a state of visibility. And write this down. Visibility equals risk, period. Your subconscious, you don't even know this is happening. Your subconscious, that voice, that little voice inside you that causes you to do silly things, stupid things, says, if I grow too big, I'll be seen, I'll be judged, I'll be abandoned, or I'll be attacked. And that's kind of, you got to have some pretty hard chutzpah. You got to have some pretty big decision-making cojones to overcome being judged, to overcome the fear of abandonment, to overcome the fear of being attacked. This is what happens when you don't have your DMP. I mean, your real DMP. So here's some habitual patterns that lock us, that keep us stuck. Over prepping. You over prep. We all over. Listen. I'm one. If over prepping, if you look up the definition of it in the book, you probably see my picture. Over prepping. What is that? It's Sean. Over prepping. We need more courses. I need more books. I need more trainings. I need more this. What if your need was to start, period? Start the ball rolling, then you can start to adjust it. Get your mission moving, then you can use GPS to understand this guiding positioning of self, right? GPS guiding positioning of self, guiding where you are, what position you're in of yourself. This is disguised in the form of, I'm not enough yet. I'm not enough yet. That's the disguise we sit in. That's the disguise we show up in. How about delayed decisions? Anybody know delayed decisions? Anybody ever have somebody say to you, I'll get back to you on that? Putting off choices to keep all options open. It's avoiding commitment. You know why your prospects say, well, I'll give me that next week. I'll get started next week, because you're asking them to make a commitment. One of two things: they are never going to commit to it, or two, they don't know what they're committing to. You know, there's that meme on social media that says, hey, listen, I need to borrow your car. What? We're going to go hurt somebody. You can't ask any questions. And, or no, they say, listen, I need your help. We're going to hurt somebody. We're going to do this. And you can't ask any questions. We taking your car or mine, right? Those are your friends. You know what the challenge is those same friends, when you decide you're going to expand, when you're going to leave the circle, the friends circle, and you're going to break out, they make you want to avoid commitment. What are you doing? What do you think you're doing? Why do you do why do you need to do that? And here's the reality. If you've ever avoided commitment, if you've ever said, let me think about that. If you've ever said it, whether it's to a prospect, if it's ever been said to you, you wire in that people are avoiding commitment. Why are they lying? They said they get started and they didn't. If you've ever had that feeling, they said they would get started and they didn't. That wires into you. That wires into you a belief that people are afraid of commitment, and I can't get anybody to commit. And so I'm not going to commit because it's going to make me upset. That's what happens subconsciously. You can argue with me all day long till you're blue in the face. If consciously, subconsciously, it's happening. So each delay, each time you hear that, it reinforces powerlessness. It reinforces it. And every time your prospect says, I'll get to it next week, and they don't, it reinforces. That's why it's so hard. That's why some of them go into the missing, right? The MIA, the missing, what witness protection program, is because they're so afraid of commitment. And it's not you. It's not making a commitment to you. It's making a commitment to themselves. Here's another one. Here's another habitual pattern people will use to avoid creating success, to avoid their joy, to avoid their happiness. It's task addiction. Ooh, snap. Obsessing over minor tasks to avoid major moves. Minor tasks do not equal major moves. High effort, low ROI. High effort, low ROI activities that feel productive yet keep us stuck. Keep spinning our wheels. We love to be busy. We're not being productive. So here's the mirror you might be avoiding. Cluttered desk, uncluttered mind. I know there's a story out there that says, well, if you've got a clean mind, it's afraid, it's scared. Maybe people who are unsuccessful came up with that one. Circle of people who normalize your staying stuck. Man, you got to think about that one. You got to think about that one. Are there people around you who give you ideas and suggestions of how to stay where you're at? That sounds like they want you to expand. That sounds like they want you to grow, yet they're telling you to start over, begin again, or go get a job, or do these things. The circle of people who you normalize, who you hang around, and they normalize being here is okay. We're okay. I'm okay. You're a good person. I'm a good person. Why would you want to leave here? And here's the other thing. You know what your environment currently brings you? Listen carefully. Let this sink in. Let this settle in. This is going to feel like an attack. All of this is going to feel like attack because I'm attacking your old story, your current story, and wanting to give some space and freedom to your new identity. You know what the biggest challenge is people have of why they stay stuck, why they keep repeating habitually aggravating and poverty decision-making thoughts is you have no visual reminders of the future you're building. What? If you're not saying and writing out your DMP on a daily basis, if you don't have your DMP locked in and doing it, you're not creating the visual in your mind as you're writing it. It's boring. You know why it's boring? Because your old story has you stuck. The story of you hanging out with you is normalizing your poverty, normalizing your lack, normalizing your aggravation and frustration of not having enough money, not having time freedom. Your subconscious is normalizing it, and it says, oh, well, that stuff is boring. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't do that stuff. Stuff never works for me. That is the creating the place where you do not have any visual reminders of what you're building. Upgrade your environment, upgrade your expectation, place reminders of your DMP where you work, speak your decision daily out loud, curate content, go find content, go Google memes. There's thousands and millions of memes that can help you be reminders. Curate your content, fix your space, get a little identity of who you're becoming, and start hanging around a community that reflects your next level. So, in wrapping up, we're going to stop using intelligence to explain your stuckness. How many of you can justify where you're at? Well, this happened and that happened, and my company left, or my team left, or they changed the product, they changed the comp plan, I got fired. Stop using your intelligence to explain your stuckness. Start using it to build momentum. What's one place you've been reasonable? When your dream needed you to be unreasonable. Something should go on a t-shirt. My dreams need me to be unreasonable. Sorry in advance. I apologize in advance. What would change? What would change? What would change if you stopped explaining and started deciding? I invite you to the Purpose Code Challenge. Starting on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 5 days, starting on the 21st. I'm going to help you answer all of these questions. Where you don't just talk about purpose. We decide it, we write it, and we declare it. Because 2026 will not wait for your comfort zone to expire. That's the thing about a comfort zone. Your comfort zones don't expire. We do. We expire. Our comfort zones don't. We have to literally break free from them, break out of them. And I invite you to that. Hey, superstars. Questions, comments, thoughts? Takeaways. What'd you learn? What'd you like?
Can I be unreasonable this morning?
Sure.
How are you not feeling this morning?
Unreasonable.
Oh, I just changed your answer to the question by asking it differently.
Oh.
I think I am being too reasonable with my team. So how can I be unreasonable with them today is my question.
Well, so you're not it's not your team, it's you. It's, are you unreasonable? See, here's the question. So we've got to, I'm going to offer you a suggestion to shift that.
Thank you.
And the shift is your team's being unreasonable. No, they're being exactly who they are. Think about it for just a second. Let this play in. Just become the reporter. They are exactly who they are. And you have been exactly who you are. You get frustrated, aggravated, excited. They win. You want them to win. You get excited. You're happy when they win. They do the right things. And when they're not taking care of themselves, you get frustrated. That's being unreasonable for you. Listen carefully, because you are wanting it more for them than they want it. So that puts you in an unreasonable state. I want them to do it more. They said they would do it. I want to hold them to their promise. They said they do it. I want them to do it. They like it. They do it. Why is it they're being unreasonable? No, they're being perfectly reasonable.
No, I thought I was being
No, you're being
too
you.
reasonable for them.
No, you're being unreasonable with yourself by thinking that they want more to do more. Our job as leaders isn't to bring reason to people, because if we brought reason to people, we'd all be stuck in the mud somewhere. We'd be single cell amoebas if we were going to be reasonable.
Right.
So your job, your responsibility, if you accept it, is to become unreasonable with yourself. And the unreasonableness with yourself, and this is for every one of us, is to decide what's within your circle of control. What they do, can you control it? Nope. What they think, can you control it? Nope. Can you influence it? Oh, yeah. So when everybody says, I want to be an influencer, and they don't start in their neighborhood, in their own house. So my suggestion would be is you could ask people, hey, listen, is it reasonable for you to have the same success next year as you did this year? Is it reasonable? Are you okay with it? Would that be a good reason to do what you're currently doing, is to have the same success next year? No, I want more. This is why understanding questions are so powerful. So would it be fair to say you'd have to become unreasonable? Yeah, yes, I have to become unreasonable. Great. What would be the first thing you would become unreasonable with? They're not even going to possibly understand the question, because they have been stuck in their reasons, stuck in their stories, stuck in their solutions that are not producing the result they want. But they are hell of a good solution to stay exactly where they are. So could I ask you some unreasonable questions?
So what would be some unreasonable questions?
Great. Where's the first place you would like to make a change? Where's the first place you think you need transformation? You need to shift what you're currently doing.
To actually do what my brain tells me to do.
Excellent.
My brain tells me to get up and go to the gym every morning, but I haven't been doing that.
So you're being
because it's
reasonable.
much nicer to stay here.
Look
where
at that.
it's
You're doing exactly what we said. You're justifying it with logic,
Yes.
right? It's much calmer. It's easier. I'll do it tomorrow. That is the definition of poverty as it relates to going to the gym. You're gym poor because you're not going. And if we use it there, we'll use it many other places. So the unreasonable question is, what happens if I go? That's an unreasonable question. What happens if you go?
Are you asking me?
Well, I mean, if we're going to role play, so let's use.
Yes, what happens? Well, I will feel good that I have gone, and my body will start to look
and you don't want that?
amazing.
And you can literally talk yourself out of feeling good and an amazing body. You have such a powerful identity of being a not great looking body and not feeling good, that's more powerful than feeling good and looking good.
Well, I'm thinking I'm not looking that bad yet.
Okay, but you just said you want to look better? Do you think?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
absolutely.
so then you look bad. You look bad. So you justified it right there, saying, well, I don't look that bad. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Look how your brain, we're doing the role playing and it still comes up with the story.
What my brain tells me is that is more important for me to reach out to people and work than to
and
go
how's that resulting?
And take care of my body.
Yeah. Well, that's a good story, because that's not producing the massive result it needs to. So why not go give yourself something you can control? Why not wake up a little early, go to the gym? You're going to feel better and you're going to look better. I don't care.
I wake up at 3 in the morning. It's not that I'm
justifying it again. I don't care. I don't care about any of the answers. I want to know your future. Don't tell me what you've been. Tell me where you're going. What's the unreasonable request you're going to have to make to yourself to go to the gym consistently? This is how I'd have a conversation with a prospect. I'm not arguing with you whether my business is good or not. You're just telling me you can't even make a decision to go to the gym to make yourself feel better and look better. Well, how the hell, how big of a story do you have? Who's got, it's like watching the mafia have pictures of you and a small chimp. I don't know. There's this reason why you are so afraid. I'm talking metaphorically, why anybody is afraid to create success, because success equals risk. And we're afraid of that risk. I know I'm going to be not feel good and I'm going to be tired and my body's not going to feel as good as it could if I stay home. But that's more important than feeling good and looking good. That doesn't make any sense to me. You got to explain that more to me.
Okay, let me explain that more.
No, I don't need to hear the explanation. You need to explain it, because none of it's going to work. Not a single explanation you can give me about why you don't want to look good and why you don't want to feel good. That's ridiculous. There is no explanation.
I feel good.
No. See, you just minimized your own success. You're lying. I asked you, if you go to the gym, my body would look a little better and I would feel better than you are. I didn't say you didn't feel good. I'm saying if you go to the gym, you'd feel better. You said you'd feel better. You said you'd look better.
Yeah, I did.
And
say
so
that.
now you go, well, I feel okay. Great. You're going to be stuck forever. Forever. If I'm talking to a prospect, I'd say, wow, so you just told me you'd feel better and you'd look better. And then I'd say, well, I don't feel bad now. I didn't ask you if you felt bad now. You look pretty good now. You feel pretty good now. You said you wanted better. The whole big thing is that you're afraid of better. You're resisting better. And I can't work with people who want less. I work with people who want more. So when you want more, I'll help you. Until then, I'm not going to beat my head against the wall, dragging you around like a dead horse. Just not going to do it.
You would actually say that to somebody?
Oh, God, yes. I say it all the time.
Well, yeah, but in your business, I mean, if you were in a network marketing business.
Absolutely, 100%.
You would.
I've said it 100 times. Hey, listen, when you're ready to dig out of your hole, I can jump down in the hole and get you out. But if you're going to try to keep me stuck in your hole, I ain't got time for you. You want me to help you drag around this old identity. It's as big as a ship trying to drag a ship on. How hard is it to push a boat in the water? Not at all. How hard is it to push a boat on land? See, you weren't designed to be on land, and you're trying to drag this boat, this identity of pain and suffering. I want to get you in the water where it's, oh my God, this is effortless, because we got to get you where you're meant to be. I ain't got time to drag you around on the ground like a dead horse. You ever try to drag a dead horse? I've tried to drag dead cows. It don't happen. You
can't even drag an alive horse.
Yeah. So why do you want to stay stuck? When you're ready to shift that, let me know.
And then you never hear from them again?
Oh no, they usually, what happens is it triggers a break in who they've been allowing themselves to tell themselves they are. Right? You got to remember, your identity isn't you that I'm sitting talking to. Your old identity is not the one who showed up to this call. Your old identity is not the one that showed up to the event. The old identity is not the one who showed up to the meeting. You know why that makes sense? Because
because I get more information every time I come or go somewhere.
That could change something.
Yes.
The challenge is that if you're not, people are looking for change, not transformation. So I have a conversation with people who are ready to transform. And when you transform, you take on a different shape, you take on a different vibration, you take on a different entity, a different energy. When a butterfly, when a caterpillar turns into a butterfly, that is transformation.
Yes.
And so I'm about the transformation, not the change of people. And I have tough conversations. And usually when you push it just enough with the right amount of love and care, you can snap that bridge between change and transformation, and they take the transformational leap. If not, it'll be 2 years and 3 years, and they say they're going to do stuff and don't do stuff, and they hem and haw and they play around and they quit. They do a variety of things because they're afraid of transformation. See, if I was into change, I would change the way I do things so that they couldn't quit, so that they would stay, so that they would feel that they would need me. I would become the drug of success for them, the drug of I'm trying, the drug of I want more. I'm not that drug. I'm the drug of transformation. If you want more, you're going to quit around me, because there's going to be a point to where I'm not getting any more. No, because the next step is transformation. but I don't want to transform. I like this comfortable pain that I'm sitting in. Great. Let me know how that works out. And they quit. They leave. They don't come back. They do stuff. Wow, you had so many people on your call. Yeah, I know exactly when they're about to leave. Well, why would you keep doing that? Because I have my dreams. I'm not here for your dreams. I'm here for my dreams. And those are the conversations I'd have with people. Those are the conversations I have with people.
And how is that working out for you?
Outstanding. I have a ranch. I've got, hold on. I've got a ranch. I've got a beautiful bride for 25 years. I've got an incredible son. I just had 20 people over at the house that absolutely love.
That's so exciting. I was looking if you had posted some photos, but you hadn't.
Nope. No, that's not, I don't do that for that kind of stuff. Nobody needs to see the birthday party.
Well, but that's how people can relate to you.
That
Is that
you want
how
to
you-
relate to? No, but see, that's a difference. People don't relate to me there. That's not who I am. That's me being a dad. I don't show up on social media to be a dad.
But
If
other
you're
dads could
part of,
relate.
if you're a part of my inner circle, you have access to that. But if not, that's not a social media thing. I don't need to show people I'm doing an event and they go, oh, I wish I was there. No, if you knew me, right? This is that phrase that somebody had. Listen, if you got a problem with me, call me. If you don't have my number, you can't have a problem with me. If you got a problem with me, call me. But if you don't have my number, you can't have a problem with me. You're not that close enough to have a problem with me.
I get it, but I
Yep.
mean, because people like to see what other people do.
Right.
Anyway.
To keep them from doing what they need to do. My having a party and putting on an event doesn't inspire anybody to say, you know what, I'm going to put on a birthday party for my family. It's not once has anybody ever written me a message going, your birthday party inspired me to have more. Now, my events, yeah, that inspires me to go to an event, to find a mentor, to go do something. When I'm talking with the sheep, that's why I always put a message in there.
Well, I for myself, if I see birthday parties people put on, it gives me ideas. I mean,
well,
especially
I'm not
if
here
you
for
have,
birthday party ideas. I'm here for transformation.
well, you always have some answer to me. But anyway, so
But
you
those
should
are logical reasons for you to stay stuck.
Well,
I need ideas. You don't need ideas. You're a genius. Good Lord, Silke, you're a genius. If you're going to go do things, you'll find the ideas will come to you. You don't even have to seek them. That's called accessing the law of attraction.
Well,
So.
Well, I'm wired differently apparently than you are. I do need ideas from other people.
Well, but that's a story. Until you get wired, until you decide you want to wire differently to create massive transformation, you're staying stuck. You're staying stuck. You'll have little breakthroughs here and there, and that's okay. You're okay with that. That's your identity.
No, I'm not okay with that.
Well, then you got to.
I know why you even say that to me.
Because it happens. I've watched the last year.
Well, maybe I shouldn't come back then, so you can't watch me for another year.
See what happens?
Because you're going to tell me the same thing.
But watch what happens. See what happens? That's why people don't come back, because I hold up the mirror. I also hold up the window. I say, here's where you're currently at. Here's where you can go. Let me know when you want to get here. And people are like, I like the mirror. I'm going to quit. And they don't come back because I point out to them they're looking in the mirror. I want you to look in the window.
But you said the same to your friends and they still come back.
Well, because there's a difference between friends and people who listen to me for responsibility, for people who want to take on responsibility. But most of my friends have gone through some major shifts. I would say all of my friends have gone through major shifts because of our association. You can't really hang around me if you don't have a major shift.
Okay, I get it. Well, thank you. I will work on
well, just do your dream. You have brilliant dreams. Don't justify, well, yeah, but it's comfortable to stay in the bed. I know that was us role playing, but there's so many people, Silke, who say it's comfortable to stay where I'm at. They'll never say it out loud because that
No.
means now they're vulnerable. So we have to ask them questions that say, is this enough? Is this the reasonable life you're going to be happy with? What reasons do you have to stay here in this life, in this income level, in this feeling level, in this emotional level, in this body level? Is it reasonable for you to stay here for the rest of your life? Most people, 90% of people would say, no, absolutely not. So then would it be fair to say you've got to become unreasonable?
I think people associate unreasonableness.
Unreasonableness. Yep.
Yeah, unreasonableness uh, with negativity.
Absolutely, because we're wired for that. I'm asking you, isn't it true if you're going to become, if your life got a lot more worse, that'd be unreasonable. If it got a lot more better, that'd be unreasonable too, wouldn't it? It's just our definition of it. Most people
Right.
can't use unreasonableness as a positive shift, which is why they don't what? They don't shift positively.
Because we tell people be reasonable. I mean, I hear people
Exactly.
say that. So then people feel they're unreasonable and they think they should change. So when you said it, it always has a negative connotation the way it's used.
And so aren't
But
we
it makes
asking,
sense. You
aren't
have
we
to be
asking every one of any person we prospect, aren't we asking them to be unreasonable, to do something they've never done, to see something they've never seen and start to use it, to feel a way they've never felt? I'm asking you to be so unreasonable, it's not even funny. And yet, and then we tell them it costs them money to become unreasonable and become uncomfortable.
well, I mean, it's either the effort or the money they put in. It's either
That's it.
those two.
It's how unreasonable can they be with their current story?
I love that. I mean, it makes sense, but yes, you need to definitely shift how you see it.
So that's why we ask questions. Hey, listen, we have to get them to a point of pain. What a DMP does, your definite major purpose, is it allows you to not sit in pain. Your definite major purpose. If you had to take your daughter, God forbid, to the hospital yesterday, I talk about things that can't happen, and you didn't have a car, you would go through hell and high water to borrow a car, get a taxi, do something, an Uber, not go, oh, I can't find my keys. That wouldn't, you'd become unreasonable. You would be knocking on neighbors' doors. You would do some unreasonable things to take care of something that's wildly important.
Absolutely.
So then that comes to two things. Their success, by logic, is not important. They're going to the gym is not important because they're not willing to risk anything and everything to get there. Well, it's just going to the gym. Logic, dissatisfaction. We justify our dissatisfaction. Well, I'll do it tomorrow. It's busy at this time, blah, blah, blah. So when we have a conversation with a prospect, hey, listen, we're going to have some reasonable and unreasonable conversation. Which would you prefer first? You've got to reset their mind because they're coming with the brain as nexting. They think they know what they're coming to if they've ever been to an event or a meeting before. Every other event is right here at this event, and they're comparing this event to any of those. And if they didn't do well or didn't start or didn't begin, you're already behind the 8 ball because you can't get them off of their old story. So we have to use novelty. Hey, listen, we're going to have some reasonable and some unreasonable conversations. Where do you want to start?
Unreasonable.
Excellent. So you're okay with your current income level. That's a reasonable that's a reasonable question, right? You're comfortable with your current income, wherever it comes from or however it comes, you're okay with that. So would it be reasonable to say you don't want any increase?
Are you asking me or
Yeah,
just...
let's role play. Is it reasonable to say that you're satisfied with your current level of income?
No.
So would it be fair to say then we have to have an unreasonable conversation about your income?
Yeah.
Awesome. Are you reasonable? Are you okay with your current level of residual income?
No.
So would it be fair to say we have to have an unreasonable conversation about what it takes to build a residual income.
Yes.
So back to my first question. Do you want to have a reasonable conversation or an unreasonable conversation? Because if it's reasonable, we can end now.
Right, but I did answer unreasonable.
No,
to
I know
begin
you
with.
did. I know you did. But
Oh.
my point is that now that you know what unreasonable is, we got to talk about your income and your solutions for residual income, which you have you don't your reasonable solutions aren't even working. So now we got to talk about things. Would you say it's a little more uncomfortable to talk about unreasonable things?
Probably.
So is it okay if we have a little uncomfortable conversation?
Yes, Sean.
Can I ask you 3 questions, permission to help make you feel uncomfortable and take you out of the uncomfortable feeling? That's why those questions are there. I don't go through all of this reason, unreason. I have compressed all of those into a piece of dynamite with the 3 questions: permission to help, make you uncomfortable, take you out of the uncomfortable feeling. That answers all of those.
Yes. And so when people say yes, then
So
they can complain.
exactly. Remember question number 2? It'll make you a little uncomfortable. I guess we hit that early. I guess we hit that quick. So my apologies, but I'm not really sorry, because we need to have some uncomfortable conversations to get what you don't currently have.
That's very good. I'm going to use this tomorrow morning. I set up an appointment with this man who's been telling me for months he's not ready, but then he said, well, I need to get this certain amount of money to get started, and I get this in 3 weeks. Now it's been over 3 weeks. So I reached back out and he said, let's talk tomorrow morning. So
Excellent.
how would you approach him?
So we got to figure out what his definite major purposes of the call. Hey, why are we here? And I wouldn't say another thing. I'm sorry, what? Why are we here? Why are we sitting here together? I mean, I enjoy your time and your company. Why are we here? You know why you're there. They don't know why they're there. You got to ask them. Tell me why we're here.
Okay, that's a good one. I'm writing it down.
Well, I want to hear more about the problem. To do what? You have to get them to give you a solution so that you can have a conversation. You're not Google, Silka.
Yeah, no.
You've said this all to him before. He knows what you do. Why are we here? And say it not as your defense attorney or your prosecuting attorney language. Why are we here? No. Okay, so let me know, why are we here? What do you want from this meeting? How is this going to make the next 20 minutes we spend together the best 20 minutes of your day? He's just trying to come so that he can find another excuse.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Sure, so I won't give you a chance to do that. I don't need to waste any of my time for you to have an excuse that works.
At 7 o'clock on Sunday morning. Yes, you're right.
I would say, so why are we here? Well, I want to hear more about the thing. You don't need to hear more about the thing. What if you heard more about the thing, what would you do?
Oh, well, I don't know, he would probably say.
Okay. Well, when you do know, we should schedule another appointment. Anything else before I go?
I love you. Oh my God.
Why are you going to go beat your head against the wall? If you don't know why you're here, what the hell am I going to do? How am I going to make you want to be here? You're here to find an excuse. If it's 3 weeks and it's longer than 3 weeks, you go, okay, I need to really give her a better excuse of why I can't do this. Now that probably is not going through his mind. But that's what his subconscious
No,
is.
and that's probably, I mean, he's used every excuse in the, oh, I really want to do this, but my wife would be very angry with me.
I love it. If your wife was happy, would you be happy?
Yes.
What would make your wife happy? More money or less money?
Well, much more money in his
Excellent.
case.
Do you have a current vehicle that's going to get you much more money that's going to let me work for you?
Well, he apparently doesn't, but yeah, he would probably say, oh, I have many.
Excellent. Well, then why are they not making your wife happy?
because they don't pay me. I do the work and they
Excellent.
don't
So,
pay me.
so you
And
should keep, so that sounds like a reasonable solution to keep yourself in pain. Is that what you're going to continue to do? Keep doing the same thing, getting the same results? That sounds reasonable.
right. No, that's why I'm here.
Excellent. So would it be fair to say we need to have some unreasonable conversations?
Yes.
Excellent. So what do you want? What do you want from this conversation? How to get started or how to not get started?
That's good. Yeah, because so he only has a choice of these two, how to get started and how to not get started. If he says,
How to move forward or how to stay stuck? Which one
yeah,
would you like?
he'll go, well, I don't have all the money today. So
Excellent. Any excuse will work. Let me know when you do, because then I can help you get started. Do you think I'm here to cause you to put you in debt or to put you in profit?
wow.
You're not buying me lunch. Lunch is a debt. Once you pay it, we ain't getting the lunch money back. I'm not asking you to buy my lunch for $400. I'm asking you to start a business for $400, where I literally can help go to work with you. My team will go to work with you. I don't know where you could start a business where you could have a team of people to help support and guide you. But your
Well,
current businesses you have are solo gigs, and they don't seem to be producing. Maybe, possibly, you might want to have a team to help you.
well, this man has been in network marketing before.
Hasn't
I
worked.
think,
He's stuck.
yes, he's stuck
Yeah.
because,
Jim
yes,
Rohn says success leaves clues. I can tell you exactly what his thoughts are.
yeah, I can even tell you what his thoughts are. And
So,
after I made the appointment with him, I said, oh shit.
so that's why you start off. Hey, listen, thanks for setting the appointment. I'm excited to have a conversation. Tell me why we're here. Why did you agree to set the appointment? Well, I want to learn more. You don't really need to learn more. Well, are you looking to learn more to get started or to not get started?
Ah, that's a good one.
Ask those questions right up front. Are you looking for a reason? My response, my universal. Are you looking for a reason to get started, or an excuse not to? Either one's fine. I just need to know up front. Oh, I want to get started. What does that look like? Well, then let's get started. What does that look like? Well, I need to know more. You already have the information.
Yes, he definitely has the
Excellent.
information.
So you have the information. What's keeping you from getting started? That's the only reason for this meeting is what's keeping, if you want to get started, the only thing we need to discuss is what's keeping you from getting started. You don't need more knowledge. You need starting information. How can I help you get started?
I'm writing it down.
Yep.
That's all. Yes, no, that cuts it right off. You're very right, because otherwise he's going to have me repeat everything
No,
and
I don't.
then he's going,
Yeah. I'm not Google. You can't come back to me and get the same answer twice.
or ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You've been incredibly helpful as always, and it's certainly my mind that needs to shift.
And well, and you get to, because we have sometimes just I listen, I'm the head of the class of telling a story to stay stuck. That's why I teach this. I'm not teaching this because if I already had all the answers, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be talking to any of us. I'd be doing everything that I want to do. There's a part of me that learns through teaching. So I teach what I'm going through. I'm taking you on this journey with me today, right? I didn't have on my dream board to have the party yesterday, to move tables and rebuild tables, picnic tables, into I don't know what else I had to do yesterday, but none of that was on my dream board. My dream board is to have a happy wife, happy life, and to make my son proud. Well, yesterday was a day to do that, to stay all night cooking a brisket, because that's what I wanted to do. And it
Yeah,
turned out,
that was very crazy to me. I
well,
don't cook, but I would certainly eat it. But why
right.
why did you have to do it all night? Couldn't you
Well,
just
because it's
like,
wood. It's not, it's not like setting an oven. You got to,
Right, but I mean, couldn't you like start it really early in the morning? You were eating in the evening. How long does
well,
it have to
it
cook?
was supposed to take 18 hours. I
Oh,
wouldn't have been done
18
till noon.
hours.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But
18 hours.
it only took 13 hours.
Oh, I've
So
never
I
heard
got
of
done early.
anybody cooking anything that long. Well, you were smoking. Is that what you said you were
Yep.
doing?
Smoking it. Yeah. It's on a smoker. Yep.
I'll say I don't think I've ever had any food like that. But oh wow, okay. Well, I was thinking, maybe 8 hours, but not 18 hours. That's
Yeah.
wow. All right. Well, now I get it. And so was he very appreciative of
Oh,
that?
very much so. He hugged me like 3 times for doing it because he loves the brisket. So
Oh, he
that was
loves the
awesome.
brisket. Is that like his favorite?
Yeah. Well, and he had it last year. I smoked it for him last year. And
Oh,
so he said, Dad, could you smoke another brisket? I said, I'd be happy to. I didn't know he was going to buy a 20-pound brisket.
oh, he wanted to make sure he had some leftover, maybe.
And surprisingly, we only have very little. We have like 2 pounds left over. I don't know where everybody, it was, I'm glad everybody ate it, but I thought we were going to have brisket coming out of our ears and we don't.
Well, you had 20 people, you just said. That's a
Yeah.
lot of people.
Yep.
And most people like, home cooking,
They like
amazing
their
meat.
barbecue.
I like the barbecue. I would have come just for that.
I love it.
Well, it's true. All right. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, yes,
Be aware of it. Just be aware of it. Ask, and this is a question for everybody. Ask yourself, am I being reasonable or unreasonable with this current situation? If I'm being reasonable, if you start to justify it, you're being reasonable. You're using logic to keep yourself from your success. You've got to become unreasonable if you want more of what you want, less of what you don't.
Yeah, so if you would ask people, are you reasonable or unreasonable? Probably everybody would want to tell you that they're reasonable.
Well, no, they'd say, I'm being unreasonable. With what? Which part of the story are you being unreasonable with? That if you actually went to the gym, you'd be healthier and look better. I'm role playing again.
Right.
You'd look better, you'd feel better. Is that an unreasonable solution? Is that an unreasonable response to your life? Well, no, I want that. Then I don't know why you're stuck. You don't have a definite major purpose to go look healthier and feel healthier. That's okay. You can stay stuck. I don't work with people who want to stay stuck. Keep I can't keep my chain hooked up to your car if you want to stay in the mud. You're going to get pulled out. So if you want to be around me, you're going to move forward. I don't care if it's at an inch a year, you are going to be, I don't care if it's glacier movement or cheetah movement. You decide how fast you want to go. I'll make sure you get there. But you got to move. I can't work with something that's stuck. I just can't. So why are we here? And that's the conversation I have with people. Now, I didn't have that in the beginning. That wasn't a conversation I had in the beginning. It's a conversation I have now because my time is more valuable. I decided that you're taking time away from me and my family, me and my sheep, me and Anura, who just wants to walk between pastures now. She's the craziest little thing. The electric fence doesn't bother her. She's immune to it. I don't know.
Oh,
But
she
anyways,
doesn't like to be locked
no,
up.
she just walks out and she walks in with the mamas and then she walks back across the driveway back over to the field with her sisters. And it's the craziest thing. So,
Oh, you have them all separated now.
yeah, because the mamas are in breed and she'll walk in with the mamas with Gizmo and Gizmo won't bother her a bit. I don't know. She must have this superwoman. Gizmo won't bother her at all. It's
Oh,
just,
that's very
yeah,
interesting.
yeah. She's
Oh,
something.
you breeding more sheep?
Yeah. The three mamas are in heat and they're probably already bred so that we have some babies in April.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
Yep. Yeah, the
Uh,
cycle continues.
Oh, wow. All right. I didn't realize that. Wow.
Yep,
Congratulations. That's very exciting.
it is.
Maybe I'll have to come back so I can play with the sheep again.
There you go.
I probably was the only one who came there just for the sheep. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, listen, everything works. I love it.
Okay, I got to get going now because I have to teach.
Okay.
And I wish you an amazing world-class weekend, and thank you, thank you, thank you. And I hope that some of our other friends on here also benefited from some of my questions,
Love it.
my unreasonable questions.
There you go.
Love you, and
Love you
thank
too.
you, thank you, thank you so much.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Anyone else? Thoughts, comments, questions, takeaways? What'd you learn? What'd you like?
It was bonus, bonus, bonus this morning, Sean.
And again, Diane, you are being this stupendous student of sharpening your saw and going through this and watching the videos over and over and replaying them and always leaving a comment. I love reading your comments and seeing them.
Thank you.
And it takes energy. It takes energy to do that, right? To speak out. But it means that you're doing something. It means that you're right. Like Kyle Wilson says, we can talk shop. You're doing the stuff. You're hearing it differently. This isn't the first time you've heard this because you've been doing this for 40, 50 years helping people. And now you're deciding, I'm going to take care of me a little bit more. So you hear it differently. So I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And yeah, it is bonus. And again, 26 letters in the alphabet. Sometimes the universe gives me new ways to say it. And it even surprises me. I'm like, ooh, I like that. I like how my brain's working on that one. So no, I love it, love it, love it.
Great, thanks. Yes, thank you. It's true. I guess I've moved to a different level or frequency or whatever you want to say. It's yeah, I feel it. And it's in the way I speak with people now too, I think. There is a difference.
Yeah, the ticking of the clock sounds a hell of a lot different.
That's true. Yes.
Right? And
Right.
only you know what that means.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the ticking of the clock is always there. For some of us, it gets real loud, real damn fast. And we're like, oh man, that thing, I didn't know it was that loud. And when it gets that loud, we want to silence it. And the way we silence it is by producing more results. You sound like Chewbacca. Even Dubby agrees. What, Dubby? Tell Diane you miss her and you love her. What? Tell her. Come here. Dub Dub.
He didn't have a suitcase to pee on this time.
Yeah. No.
So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm shifting and I know it. And I think in the next couple of weeks I'll be doing even more. So
I love it. Love it, love it, love it. What's that song? Oh, I'm sexy and I know it. You can change it to I'm shifting and I know it.
that would work.
Shifting and I know it.
So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Love it, love it, love it. Thank you, Diane.
And I'm looking forward to the DMP again. I do that every day and the belief is there. So it's to wrap that in a bit more, I think.
Well, so doing it every day, absolutely powerful. The belief is there. Then if belief is there, then faith needs to also be there.
Yeah.
I believe I can do it. Faith is that it's done. I believe I can do it. Faith is it's done. That's where miracles happen, right? With faith, not with belief. There's a lot of believers who go to church. There's not a lot that have faith.
Well, the faith and belief gives you the courage too, right?
Right. And the courage is the action. The courage is to do the action in faith, knowing that it's going to serve. Because you're about to go do something from this moment on. You've never done any of this moment. You've never done any of this moment or this moment or this moment or this moment. None of this has ever existed for all of us. So to step forward in believing that you're going to do well and then having results that show you don't, solidify we're average.
Mm-hmm.
We stay stuck. Faith says, I'm better than yesterday. Well, I'm better. I don't want to be better. Identity. Faith says I can do more than yesterday. That means I'm going to have to transform and expand and grow and become bigger and better and more powerful. And yes, have faith. Have faith, right? Faith, childlike faith. It doesn't say childlike belief. It says childlike faith.
It's awesome. Thank you.
Love it, love it, love it.
What time does that start on?
11:30 on Tuesday.
30, okay. I have my doctor's appointment at that time, but I will certainly.
Well, and here's the thing, for those of you in the mastermind like yourself, the recordings are included. They're part of it. So
Okay. Great. Thank you.
love it.
Love you
Anyone
guys.
else? Thoughts, comments, questions, takeaways? And the recordings are available for purchase. They'll be on YouTube for a while. They'll probably be on YouTube till the following day. So they'll be available for 24 hours.
So am I understanding right? We'll hear them on the next day, the YouTube?
No, well, no, they'll be live on YouTube. They'll be in the live, and then they'll be taken off of the live in the live segment, and they'll be put on private.
Because
So-
I too am missing one. I have a post-op doctor's appointment one day.
No, they'll be available for 24 hours.
Okay, thank you.
Any other comments, questions, takeaways? Cool. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I love you tons. I appreciate you. I hope today finds you with great joy and your definite major purpose, and become unreasonable. I'll see y'all where?
The next event.
At the next event. Somebody give me some Costa Ricas.
Pura vida.
Pura vida. We love you, Mark. And some Lydias.
Peace be
Peace
with
be with us.
Peace be with us all in an unreasonable way. And the queen of helping you become unreasonable, Jessie Lee Ward.
Slee.
Boss Lee, we
Boss
love you,
Lee.
girl. All right, everybody, and a little white fluffy.
Gurgly, gurgly, gurgly.
Gurgly, gurgly.
All right, everybody, we love you tons. We'll see you all Monday morning. Thanks, everybody. Bye for now. And thank you for all the birthday wishes for Mason. I've passed them on. Last year, I asked you guys to call him, and he got mad. He's like, what? What do they call him? What do they say?
That's funny.
I helped him to avoid that pain. All right,
Did you make a copy of the birthday wishes we sent for him?
I did. Yes. And he read them all. Yes.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Love you all. Bye for now.
Love you too. Love you guys. Have an amazing